Hi everyone and welcome to the 2020 Figtree Community Carols Online. It's hard to believe that this time last year we all gathered on Figtree Oval. I've still got my little booklet from last year, 2019, 25 years of celebration. What a great time that was. Even though this year is profoundly different and this carols is going to be different, I'm so thankful to the team and everyone else who's actually been able to put this on. You probably know me. My name's Ian Barnett, Senior Minister at Figtree, my co-host.
Emma Maris.
And yes, you remember Emma from last year. She is my daughter, so it's great that we once again can bring carols to you. What a year. Most of us probably want to forget about the year. Emma, when you look back at 2020, what stands out for you?
Well, I'm feeling exhausted. It's just been an exhausting year, especially mostly stuck at home with two little kids. So I'm definitely ready to start bringing some joy into my life and I'm sure your lives. So starting with tonight and leading up into Christmas over the next coming weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We encourage you to watch this for the next hour and a half. What can people expect? Because it's going to be exciting. There's going to be lots of surprises too. But what can people expect for the next hour and a half?
We have some new recordings and highlighted performances from previous years. A look back on 25 years of our carols and a look at the work of the RFS and a celebration of our ongoing partnership with them.
Yeah, and we're really thankful. Many of you guys know, like we do, that without the work of the RFS, things would be so different. So you'll hear more about that throughout the night, but a big shout out from us to you guys. Thank you for all that you do. And I know there's lots more that's going to come up, but I believe, can I ask you a question, Emma? Is your Christmas tree up in your house?
It is mostly. There's some ornaments that have been taken off by my toddler, but yes, it's still standing at the moment.
And I believe there's been a special thing we've been promoting through this Carols Online. Could you tell us about that?
Our Christmas tree competition. We've had over 100 of you families at home send in photos of your Christmas trees, and soon we will let you know our winners for that tonight.
It's great, and there's lots of sponsors. We want to thank our sponsors too. Who are they?
Figtree Grove and McDonald's Illawarra, who, without your support, we couldn't make tonight happen.
So thank you, guys. Folks, sit back. Everyone at home, call your friends, mums, dads, grandparents, brothers, sisters, neighbours, whoever it is. Sit down, watch this. There's some great songs and some highlights throughout the years, but right now, get your singing voice ready. You know you haven't sung much this year for some really great songs from our 2019 Figtree Carols Band. Sit back and enjoy.
Well, good evening, Figtree. It is so good to be singing carols with you tonight. Why don't you join us as we sing Angels We Have Heard on High?
In excelsis Deo. Big Merry Christmas from the Rest Cafe crew. Hope to see you soon.
From all of us at Kiss and Drop, Merry Christmas!
Hope that your Christmas is filled with fun, family and peace.
Said the night wind to the little lamb. Do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little lamb. Do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night with a tail as big as a kite. With a tail as big as a kite. Come on, let me hear you. Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy. on, let's sing this together. Said the King to the people everywhere, listen to what I say. Pray for peace, people everywhere. Listen to what I say. The child, sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light.
Merry Christmas from the Highwayman.
Merry Christmas from Helen's Hair Artistry.
Merry Christmas from Cordo Cafe!
Merry Christmas!
God receive every gentleman, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ the Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. From God our Heavenly Father, a blessed angel came, and unto certain shepherds for tidings of the same, how that in Bethlehem was born the Son of God by name. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy to the world, for Christ the Lord has finally come. Let every heart receive the newborn King. Oh, come all of heaven and nature, tidings of comfort and joy. Tidings of comfort and joy. Now to the Lord sing praises, for you is in this place, and with true love and brotherhood each other now embrace. This holy tide of Christmas for mother to defense. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
I have no doubt you guys enjoyed that as much as we did. It's great to be able to sing those carols. They're some of my favourite carols that we've just sung, and I look forward to doing more throughout the night. Also, you've just seen some community shout-outs, which is great. There'll be more of that throughout the night. I know you're trying to see if you can see yourself in there. Don't forget, also, why don't you text your friends and family members and get them online to watch this as well. Wow. And wouldn't it be great if there was some way we could actually go back and look at the history of the carols and how we got to this point?
There is. So let's now take a look back to where it all began and how our carols have grown over the years.
James Boswell, and I'm a member of the congregation up here, and I'm going to be your host this evening for Carols on the Floodplain.
Welcome to a Carols retrospective. We're somewhere around 25 years since the very first Figtree Community Carols. We're going to be looking back, and to do that, two people who've made carols happen over the years, Al McEwen.
Hi.
And Karen Dixon.
Hi.
Al, I want to start with you. Where did Figtree Community Carols begin?
Okay, it probably began before it became Figtree Community Carols. We used to do a carols church service inside the old church of a night. These days, I don't think they'd allow candles and wax dripping in the carpets, but back then we did. And about 25 years ago, James Boswell and myself, we were both much younger men back then, we petitioned our senior pastor of the time, and we thought we want to do carols outside, carols by candlelight, on the floodplain behind me here on that grassy area, and see how it goes. He was a little bit reticent at the time, but Figtree's got a tradition of having a go and putting it out there, and we talked him into it, and sink or swim, we'll have a go, and it went really well. About 600 people turned up, and it was a great evening.
Were all those people part of Figtree Anglican, or were they people from the community?
Yeah, look, by and large, those 600 were mainly from the church here, but they brought along family and friends who don't normally attend. But significantly, yes, people from the church.
Yeah, as it grew, it actually got to the point where our floodplain, and literally it was a floodplain on many occasions, out there walking to make sure that the water was actually going to go down, that we made the decision that we actually needed a bigger area. But we didn't want to take it away from our community and the community of both the church family here at Figtree as well as the local community around us. And hence the decision to move it across to Figtree High School, who we had a wonderful working relationship with. And, this continues even right up until today. We remember at the time there were no fences around everything. Everything was open to the creek and open to everything else. But that's how it unfolded. And as it grew and continued to grow and became as well known in our area, Figtree High next door was a great move and a great transition. So, we really thank Figtree High for their continual partnership with us over so many years that allowed not just this event, but so many other things to happen within our church and the school.
I know I grew up at Figtree High and I loved having carols there. It's been a great partnership. We're so thankful to Figtree High. And we've also had a number of guests over the years. We've had musical partnerships, something with Colin Buchanan.
The one and only God made it all. Get down and get Christmassy. Do-si-do and cut loose round the Christmas tree. You can tangle the tinsel, it really doesn't matter to me. Hey, hey. I'm gonna fa-la-la-la-la, gonna ding-a-dong merrily on high. Ding-a-dong-a, ding-a-ding-a-dong-a. Gonna shang-a-lang-a-lang, 'cause I'm a shang-a-lang-a-lang kind of guy. Ding-a-dong-a, ding-a-ding-a-dong-a.
James Morrison. Dean Geyer,
Yeah.
who...
Screaming Schoolgirls. I can tell you a little story about that actually. My niece, who is now, she's probably nearly 30 now, but back then she was probably she was a bit of a screaming schoolgirl, and she volunteered that year to help out at carols at what we call the position, artist liaison. And she did her job with great enthusiasm because you got to meet Dean person to person, and she was pretty chuffed about that.
Volunteers did go up.
Yeah, they went up that year.
They did.
From a certain demographic.
They did. But we've had Colin Buchanan, James Morrison, Motown Crowd.
Just don't tell, I'll give you
choirs from schools.
Angels singing, glory to God, glory to God, glory to God. The angels singing, glory to God, on that very first Christmas.
We also had Nick and Sky Jeffries.
Yeah,
You know, we've had
quality.
some great singers in the time.
May your days, may they be merry and bright, and may all of your Christmases be white.
What's your reflection on how the community sees the carols?
Yeah, look, when we started here with 600, it was very much an inside church kind of event, you know, with a few extras. And now, you know, most of the people that come here to this event don't come from the Figtree Church. They come from, you know, the Figtree community, but you know, Unanderra, Farnborough, Cordo, Coachwood Park, and beyond. There's people that travel quite a way to it. And I love that. I love that we have a quality event, a safe event that people come to with their family, and they have a great time. I'm so glad that they come. And as it was 25 years ago, Jesus is the reason for the season. He still is, and he always will be here at Figtree Church. But I love the fact that 7,000 people or so now come along and enjoy what we do.
We've also had technical partnerships. It's a big production. You see some semi-trailers come, and there's lights and all sorts of technical things going on.
Yeah.
Al, tell us what it's been like. We've partnered with Thomas Creative and CMG.
We started all those years ago. Our budget was $200 for the whole event, so big bucks. Now we spent, well, I'm not at liberty to say, I don't think, but it's tens and tens of thousands of dollars, right? And we pay people to do that. So in more recent times, we use CMG, Wollongong Company, for production. We hire a stage, a professional stage, that comes in on the back of a big truck. And they're the people we pay for technical production. But we also have a whole lot of extra supporters in kind. And I really want to acknowledge them. I want to acknowledge Coates Hire, who have been with us for many, many years, probably 20 years now. And they give us generators. Without electric power, we can't do carols. And light towers, so you can all exit the site safely. I want to acknowledge Wollongong Cranes. They hoist our big PA system up in the air for free. And also want to acknowledge Quick Hitch Towing, tilt trays out of Oak Flats that move all our gear around for us. So without that kind of support, we'd find this event very difficult to do.
Financially, we would not be able to do it without that support. And the number of other small businesses that also will that have supported financially, you know, that they give some of the funds that actually help pay for a lot of the things.
Well, more recently, haven't Figtree Grove come on board?
Grove,
Dendrobium Mine?
They have. Yeah. Both of those have come on, and in quite a substantial way there, which shows that, again, to the local community, the local businesses want to invest in this, and they want that to be something for the local community. So, yeah, we're very grateful for Dendrobium and as well as Figtree Grove for that. But one of the long-standing ones for us has been Wollongong City Council. Every year they very generously support us, and not only financially, they also do in kind, that actually help us with all our traffic management, our bollards and all of that sort of thing as well. So they're very supportive.
As we're chatting, it'd be remiss of us not to remember all the volunteers that have helped and served to make carols happen. What's your reflection of that, Karen? You've had a job of organising all those volunteers. Yeah. What's your reflection on our volunteers?
Yeah. Look, we had, people can give the time that they can give. But over the last couple of years, we've had somewhere between 150 to 200 of our own people on the ground on the day, let alone those who put hours in leading up to it.
It's a massive team, and maybe you volunteered in previous years.
You're
volunteering.
Thank you.
We're so thankful. I want to ask you one more question too. I'll start with you, Karen, then I'll go to you, Al. What is your favourite carols memory? Oh, it's a big one.
It is. I think those solos of things like "Oh Holy Night," and you're there, the stars are shining, and you've got this voice that's singing it out, and it's just spine tingling, absolutely amazing.
What about you, Al?
Oh, look, it's so hard, isn't it, for something that's been going for so long. Sometimes I think my favourite part of carols is the day after when it's all over, but you know. But really, I think the high point for me is every year I sneak up onto the stage when it's dark and I see the sea of people holding their candles and singing carols. And really, that probably is the highlight every year.
What does that mean for you, Al, as someone who's part of Figtree Anglican Church but does this event for the community, that we actually get to bring our church out into the community? How significant is that, do you think?
Yeah, that's pretty significant for me. I like to think that the roof of this church auditorium extends over Figtree High School Oval, or at least for one night anyway. And that really, in a sense, you know, we know it's a carols event, carols by candlelight, it's got the rides, it's got everything else. But, you know, it's like I said before, Jesus is still the reason for the season. And, you know, and for some, you know, they don't want to come to church, that's fine, totally understand that. But, you know, in a way, we've brought church to the community, and that's important for me, and I think it's important for a lot of people here at FAC.
And there's always a shout out if anyone wants to come and visit us, you've been to carols, come down. We're part of the Figtree community too, and you're welcome to join us for a service. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Al, for joining us for this retrospective on carols. And from us here, I guess we want to finish and just say
Merry Christmas! See you in 2021.
Let's hope.
Wow, thanks Al, thanks Karen, thanks Langdon. It really was helpful to hear some reflections from those people who've been involved for many years about Christmas. It's great. Can I encourage you, Al mentioned it about we do this because we want you guys to know about Jesus. This year's going to be different, but why don't you check out our Christmas services. You'll see a little slide pop up that gives you details about that. Or even why don't you think about coming on Christmas Day. We have 2 services on Christmas Day, and if you can't, 2021 is just around the corner. Why don't you actually make a decision? I think I'll actually have a go at coming back to church, come to Figtree Church or your local church to see what the new year has in store for us. And so it's great to be able to do this.
We want to acknowledge now the 12 years that Colin Buchanan was with us and how many of our kids and families grew up with his music. Now, Colin has sent through his own contribution to our 2020 carols.
Hey, hello Figtree carols. Colin Buchanan here. I've had some wonderful times with you celebrating Christmas, and it's been so precious over the years, and I'm glad you're still able to have online carols this year. So I'm celebrating with you the birth of Jesus, our King and our Saviour, and I hope that everyone who's watching and everyone at Figtree has a ripper rosy Christmas. Fa la 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 la. Hey!
Thanks, Colin. You've really made it special every year for us, and we've been richly blessed because of your energy, your excitement, your singing. We think it's fantastic. We also wish you well for Christmas, because I'm sure you're sitting somewhere watching this at home. And so thank you for the many, many years of service. And I know many of the kids have loved you and continue, even to this day, to listen to your wonderful music. God bless you and take care. More to come. What else is happening?
Yeah, now one of the artists that Karen mentioned in our Looking Back on 25 Years of Carols was Nick and Sky Jeffries. In the past 5 years, they have become a staple with their jazz-infused Christmas songs and standout voices. We're going to jump back to 2017 to a wonderful performance of All I Want for Christmas.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. Baby, all I want for Christmas
Em, this is great to be hosting this with you as well, and people watching at home. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm really loving this. It does make me reflect about Christmas and probably the carols, and again, the Christmas we probably all thought we were going to have. But the songs and the clips and the things we're seeing, it does remind me of how much we value this time of year. And it's great, and even just engaging like this, it's really special. Don't forget, very soon we're going to announce the winners of the Christmas decoration competition that we've had. Many people submitted photos for that, so that's going to be exciting. That'll be coming up very soon. But lots of people are involved in making this happen. So, Em,
yeah, we've had such a talented group of musicians there. We have been truly blessed to have Nick and Sky performing at the carols the last few years. It has become a tradition for them to come back out and join the Figtree Carols band for a rendition of John Lennon's Happy Christmas, War is Over.
I love this song, Em. You've probably heard me play it many times at home. I think the way Lennon sings it, it just moves me. And wow, it does remind me, especially those words, so this is Christmas. Folks, this is Christmas. Indeed, this is carols. So sit back. I love the fact that Nick and Sky have done a wonderful rendition. This comes from 2017. They've got our Figtree band supporting them. So sit back, enjoy it, and why don't you even sing along with it?
Would you please welcome back the Figtree Anglican Church singers who've done such a great job tonight. Sing this one with us. So this is Christmas, and what have you done? Another year over, a new one just begun. And so this is Christmas. I hope you have fun, the near and the dear ones, the old and the young. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. And so this is Christmas, the weekend for strong, the rich and the poor ones. The road is so long, and so happy Christmas for black and for white, the yellow and red ones. Let's stop all the fights. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. And so this is Christmas, and what have we done? Another year over, Christmas, Figtree.
One of the special things about what we do in carols is actually how we support others. So there's one thing to present carols and the importance and the meaning of Christmas as seen in Jesus, but it's another thing to actually stop and say, we value gathering together and we value community, and more than that, we value the work of Mount Kira RFS. They have served us and blessed us over many years and in so many ways, and we know that 2019, when we held our carols, we just had droughts and fires, and it was going to be a devastating fire season. And we made the decision that no matter what was raised on the night, as a local church, we would match it dollar for dollar to bless them and to thank them for all they do. We raised over $5,000 from the guys going around collecting it, and so we matched that, and so we gave the Rural Fire Service at Mount Kira over $10,000. I just felt, as the church leader, I know, Em, you felt this, the team, it was such a blessing, and when I keep thinking back to that, I get a bit tingly inside. It was just a moment in time that we were thankful we could do that, because we're so proud of what they do. They're a great organisation, volunteer organisation who seek to serve us in both the good days and the bad days.
Please watch this short presentation as they reflect on the job they do and the summer earlier this year.
Of 2019 through to 2020, it was a big season for this brigade. It was a big season for myself, big season for the members.
I think everything that I went out to, on every call out, there was always something going on. Other crews went out and they had boring days, there wasn't much going on, but I seemed to pick the ones that I got bad days every day.
We had rotating shifts. We had crews all the way from the Queensland border down to Eden through that fire season. So it was quite extensive, it was quite exhausting, and we provided a significant resource to New South Wales. And we had the luxury of having people come to say thank you, which was absolutely appreciated. We don't expect it, it was appreciated. We had people bring us drinking water, chips, snacks, hygiene products like hand wipes and things like that. So for us, when we're tired and we're concentrating on a job that we have to do, for someone to come and support us and give us those bits and pieces was absolutely fantastic, and it was greatly appreciated, and it was a symbol of thanks, and we saw it in the gesture that it was given, and we greatly appreciate it.
What drives you on is helping other people that can't help themselves. We're trained in doing this. We're not heroes. Well, I'm not anyway, but I can help somebody in their time of need when they can't help themselves, and that's what I really enjoy, is helping someone that can't help themselves. It's really about the community. So every time that we roll our trucks, we're out helping someone in the community. So we're giving back. We, whether that's a car fire, whether it's a motor vehicle accident, whether it's an oil spill, we're trying to protect the community as best we can. Yeah, you come up wanting to help the community, which is fantastic. It's nice to give back to the community. Yeah, it's amazing what you can do when everyone wants to achieve something.
Financial support is absolutely critical for us. So the Rural Fire Service gives us our uniform, our trucks and basic equipment. All the rest of it we provide ourselves. So there's a lot of additional stuff that we buy ourselves to support our unique role in the Illawarra and what we do, so that you guys out there are giving to us, that we can make sure that we are the best crew that the Illawarra and Mount Kira can have. So we support Figtree. This is our catchment. We are going to be there for you, to support you in the times that you need us, and the extra gear that we have makes us from just good to world's best practice and best standard.
Merry Christmas from Mercury Rural Fire Brigade! Hey!
Em, it's just, again, really moving to watch that clip. It really touches us all deeply. It doesn't take a lot of hard work to remember this time last year, and we pray that we don't go through that season moving from now to 2021. But from all of us to all of you, thank you, Mount Kira RFS, for all that you do. Look, folks, if you want to head over to figtreecarols.com, you'll find the link there about how you can support them this year. Yes, it's online giving. It's not too hard to do it. Even I can find it and I can support. We'd normally, as you know, I'd be setting it up now with Emma. We'd be encouraging you to get the buckets and to go around. You know we're not doing that. If you want to do it, why don't you grab a bowl from home and go and pass it around the family just to feel the same vibe. But tonight, head to figtreecarols.com. You'll see the link there. It's not hard. Click on a button, make a donation. You're supporting great work. Every donation over $2 is tax deductible. So we want to encourage you to do that, and we'll let you know the outcome within the next few days. Let's just pause for a moment. Big night, competition, all those things, singing songs, thinking about last year and this year. When you think, Em, about Christmas, what comes to mind for you?
Well, at the moment, the expense and just continually being tired. But I think on my heart and my mind this year is seeing my kids growing and teaching them that Christmas is not just about the presents and the fun, and it's not just about them, but that there is more to the story. And we'll find out more about that later.
Oh, great. And what else is happening now?
We are now going to hear from our carols band once again, starting the great song called When I Think Upon Christmas.
When I think upon Christmas, words can't express how our Father in heaven has sent us
Hi folks, I just thought it'd be good to stop for a moment. I'm talking to you in your lounge room, coffee shop, wherever you are. What a year it's been. I know you're probably tired of hearing people say that. I wanted to say the year started off so well. However, we know back in January, well, we had a few issues back then. We'd just moved in from droughts and bushfires, but we probably thought, well, it's a new year, what else could happen? By February, we sort of thought what was going on, there was something happening. And you know the story, by the time we got to March, we started to hear all sorts of things. Lockouts, lockups, stay at home, virus, masks. All of a sudden, things were changing very quickly. Even for me, way back then, I might have thought, all right, this is happening, it's pretty serious around the globe. Maybe it'll go on for 3 or 4 months. It never occurred to me in my wildest dreams that carols, Christmas, December, we'd still be talking about this. We are really thankful that we're in an island nation. Around the globe, though, it's still devastating. But what a year it's been. I've written all these notes down about how I've felt throughout the year. Tiredness, feelings of loneliness, isolation, page after page after page of thoughts and reflections. Relationship tensions, ups and downs, closed church, open church, what shop is open, what shop is closed. And I think I got to a point where I just thought, I need to rip it away. I'm tired of hearing about it. And probably, if anything, the words that kept coming to me were the simple words from a movie that came out in 1990 called Home Alone. If anything, 2020 captures the fact that for most of us, if not all of us, we were home alone. Now, some people found that a rich blessing because they could finally stop. Those who travel up and down to Sydney, internationally, around our nation, probably felt finally we can slow down. Others, of course, were pining for the connection or reconnection with communities, sporting events, musical events, church. All had stopped and ceased. And it was like we were home alone in ways that we'd never really thought about or captured before. It became a new experience for us. Now, for those who, I love Christmas movies. I love this time of year. Home Alone, for me, is one of those classic movies. It came out in 1990. You probably know the story. If you haven't, you should check out the movie. About a young 8-year-old boy. Hard to believe. However, he was left home on his own. The movie portrays him as a bit of a troublemaker. His family go on holidays and he's left behind. And he actually has to defend himself and his home because there are 2 burglars who want to come in and steal stuff. And even though I laugh at the thrills and spills and the pain, I often wonder how far would I go to protect those things of value, to protect the things around me, my home. And even though he was disconnected from his family, as the movie goes on, you know what he starts to wish for? He actually starts to wish and hope for just to be back with his family, just to be reconnected again. And I think that's a feeling we've all had this year. We know what it's like to be disconnected. We know what it's like to feel alone or isolated. And probably more than ever, even through ups and downs, we probably sense, this life has more things to value than not. And family is really part of that. And as I think about that and think about all those things, for me as a pastor, I often wonder, how does God think about this time of year? How does God think about all that goes on in his world? How much does he value us? More than that, what are the lengths he would go to make sure we were reconnected, to make sure we knew him? And the story of Christmas really is a simple story. It's that famous passage from John 3:16, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life." The Christmas story is about God seeing his world and knowing they need to be reconnected. And the action he took because he valued us, because he saw us alone and isolated and fearful and stressed out, he sent his one and only Son into this world. You know the story, in the manger, to grow up as a man who could connect with us, a man who was human just like we were, knew all the issues that we faced and the challenges we face, knew about the pain that we experience in this life, and yet at the same time was able to provide profound hope for all of us. That's the message of Christmas. That no matter how this year has gone, no matter how dark it's been, no matter how challenging it's been, Christmas reminds us of hope, a living hope. And so I don't need to be fearful anymore about being home alone, because God's action in sending his Son means I'm not alone. It means I can know him. It means my eternal value is set in concrete because of the action of Christ coming into this world. And that's the message I want to share with you. There's a passage, we've got this little gospel called Mark's Gospel. It's actually unique to Figtree because we've been able to assist in providing many copies of this, but there's a passage in this part of the Bible, and we read these words from, it's another famous passage, Mark 10 verse 45, and we read this, in fact, the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. Mark 10:45. And many of you watching this at home, you might be interested in getting this special edition, Mark's Gospel. We'd love you to come on Christmas Day. We'd love you to come and connect with us. Even give us a call or send us an email. I'd love to send one to you because it's the story of Jesus. It's the story of Christmas. It's the story of why do we matter so much to God? Because he values us. He wants us to be in a relationship with him. And maybe this year, as you've gone through the many months of isolation, the many months of being home alone, the many months maybe of even worrying or being fearful about the future, maybe for the first time ever, you have a chance to stop and consider the deeper things of life. One of my favourite carols actually is Oh Holy Night. I heard it many, many times. I also love listening to carols. I love buying carol CDs. I know I'm old school. I won't make any apologies for that. But there's a line in that song, a weary world rejoices. All of us have a very different sense this year that there's a weariness that's come on us. All the people in business, cafes, all sorts of places. And yet we can still rejoice in what Christmas is about, in the fact that Christ has come to heal broken hearts, to mend lives, to bring us back into a relationship with him. So may I extend an invitation to all of you. Don't let this Christmas go by without thinking about where you stand, about the things of true value. And please, don't let this Christmas go by without really thinking about where you stand with the living God. He's a God who cares for you, no matter who you are, no matter how you've gone this year, no matter what your concerns are. He is there for you, wants to walk beside you, with you, and before you. And so may it be this year, maybe even for the first time or the 10th time, you understand the real meaning of Christmas, the fact that Christ has come into this world to build a bridge between us and God, and we can help you know him and grow in him. So brothers and sisters, friends, family, neighbours, watching wherever you are, maybe this Christmas is the one for you that really matters. Take care and God bless.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Saviour's birth. Long lay the world in sin and never pining, till He appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices all night divine, all night when Christ was born. Oh, night divine, oh, night divine. Truly He taught us to love one another. His law is love, and His gospel is peace. Chains shall He break, for the slave is our brother, and in His name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus praise me. Let all within us praise His holy name. Christ is the Lord. Oh, praise His name forever. His power and glory, the more proclaim His power and glory, the more proclaim. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from Thy holy face. With the dawn of redeeming grace, Jesus, Lord, at Thy birth. Jesus, Lord, at Thy birth.
Thank you, guys. A big shout out and thank you to Lauren, to Georgia, to Meg, and to Greg. It was a beautiful song, Silent Night, and I love the way it concludes, because we keep wanting to rejoice that Christmas is about the Lord being born. And it's in those silent moments that your thoughts start to wander and ponder, and you start to come out of that silence. And you start to realize the things of importance and the things of value. And you want to lift your voice. And you want to express joy. And you want to shout. And you want to say, wow, way to go. And so we're going to do that right now as we continue to rejoice, as we sing and hear great songs. And may it be so for you that if you want to continue on this journey, as the excitement of a new year is just around the corner, if you want to get information, again, about walking with Jesus, please contact us. Please let us know if you'd like a special edition of the Mark's Gospel, because we're only here to serve you so you too can experience what we experience as well.
Born unto us this day a Savior, gifted from heaven to a manger. Come on! The hope of the world alive for all mankind. All of the earth rejoice, it's Christmas time. Come on, I want to see you dancing tonight. So lift up your voice and sing God His praise. It's Christmas, born is the King, rejoice in the day. It's Christmas, make a joyful sound. It's Christmas, let His praise resound. It's Christmas. Goodwill to all the earth and peace divine. All of the earth rejoice. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. So lift up your voice and sing out His praise. It's Christmas, born is the King, rejoice in the day. It's Christmas, make a joyful sound. It's Christmas, let His praise resound. It's Christmas. So lift up your voice and sing out His praise. It's Christmas, born is the King, rejoice in the day. It's Christmas, make a joyful sound. It's Christmas, let His praise resound. It's Christmas, so lift up your voice and sing out His praise. It's Christmas, born is the King, rejoice in the day. It's Christmas, make a joyful sound. It's Christmas, let His praise resound. It's Christmas.
Oh, how fun was that? Can we get another round of applause for Greg on the banjo, please? We're going to slow things down a little bit, but we're going to keep singing carols. We're going to sing Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King, and peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled.
Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from us here at Aussie Figtree, and all the best for the festive season.
Merry Christmas from Mr. Min at Figtree. Have a good one.
The first Noel, the angel did say, was discertain for shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. They looked up and saw a star shining in the east, beyond them far, and to the earth it gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Then let us all with one accord sing praises to our heavenly Lord, that hath made heaven and earth of naught, and with his blood mankind has bought. Sing Noel,
Christmas from Mount Kembla Hotel. Alright, we are now heading into our second last song. And in this song later on, there is a moment where we want you to find your lights, find anything that lights up and put it in the air and wave it around. We'll let you know when that is, but for now, let's sing We Three Kings. They're looking so good.
Let your light shine. Let your light. Let your light shine. Let your light.
Let your light shine. Let your light. Let
And now it's time to announce our Christmas tree decoration winners. We've had over 100 entries, and the first 20 entrants will receive a McDonald's voucher. But now, Dad, our final 3 winners.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much for all the families who made such a big effort to put the photos of their trees in the competition. It's been really special, Em, because I know how special it is for mums and dads to do this, and for all the kids involved as well, and the families and friends and neighbours. Okay, here we go. Third place goes to Michelle Thurner. $100 gift voucher to you from Figtree Grove. Well done, Michelle and your family. Second place, I'm going slow now because we're getting to first place. Second place goes to Joanne Schackenberg, a $250 voucher from Figtree Grove. Well done, Joanne. We will get in contact with you to collect them. Now, Emma, drum roll happening. Imagine the drum roll. You can hear the drums. Everyone's waiting. They're gluing themselves. They're getting closer to the screen. First place.
First place, receiving a $500 Figtree Grove gift voucher, goes to Gorica Securus.
Yeah, well done. Fantastic. The photo is, what a tree. It's fantastic. We're all going to come round to your house next week and to check it out, so make sure you let us know where you are. But all the winners will be contacted by us next week, Figtree Church. You'll be able to pick the prizes up from Figtree Anglican Church during business hours. So well done to everyone. Really exciting. We really appreciate the trouble you went to. Right now, we just want to start to bring it to, well, sadly, a close. We want to thank the sponsors, McDonald's, Figtree Grove. I want to thank the team, Greg Bell, all the museos from all those years ago who've been involved. A reminder, don't forget to donate to the RFS. Go to figtreecarols.com. Can I even invite you, why don't you, if you haven't watched before, why don't you check out our 10 o'clock live stream service every Sunday to watch it and engage with what God is doing in our church and in the lives of those around us. What about Christmas, Em? What's happening there?
Yeah, well, only a couple of weeks away. We'd love you to join us with either our Christmas Eve services online or our Christmas Day 8 and 9:30 a.m. services here in person.
Well, I know I'll be there. Em, are you going to be there?
I will be there.
Come a bit closer. My daughter, folks, I've been richly blessed to be the host of Figtree Carols for some 13 years now. I've been doubly blessed because my daughter has assisted in the last 2 years. But I'm retiring, so this is the last time I'll host Figtree Carols. So on behalf of all those involved, I want to say a big thank you. I've loved it. It's just a special time. Emma and I wish you well for 2021. God bless, take care. And as we go out, let's all rejoice and sing joy to the world. Take care and God bless.